Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for July 10th. July 10th is the 191st day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 192nd in leap years, with 174 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is Tattersall. Tattersall, as a noun, refers to a pattern of squares formed by dark lines on a light background, or a cloth with this pattern. As an adjective, it refers to having a Tattersall pattern. This is named after Tattersall's, which is a horse market in London where such patterns were common on horse blankets. The market was named after an auctioneer named Richard Tattersall. And with that, we're going to start in the year 138, when Emperor Hadrian died of heart failure. He was buried in Rome at the tomb of Hadrian next to his late wife, Vibia Sabina. What a name, Vibia Sabina. He was 62. The city of Dublin, Ireland, is considered to have been founded on July 10th, 988. The area had actually been occupied since before the Roman invasion of Britain, and it appeared in Ptolemy's Guide to Geography in the year 140. The first verifiable settlement came with the Vikings in about 831. They called it Dublin, after what the Irish called it, which was Dublin, which means black pool. The reason it's considered to be founded in 988 instead of 831 is because that's the year that King Mael Sechnaill, my pronunciation of ancient Irish is not that great, reclaimed the city for Ireland and started making people pay taxes. This is the birthday of French pastor and theologian John Calvin, born July 10th, 1509. He lived to the age of 54. Lady Jane Grey was crowned Queen of England on July 10th, 1553, upon the death of Edward VI. Jane was only 15 years old at the time and didn't particularly want to be queen in the first place. She ruled for only 9 days before being deposed by Edward's half-sister Mary Tudor. Mary had Jane imprisoned in the Tower and later executed for treason. I believe this is Bloody Mary we're speaking of. This is the birthday of German brewer Adolphus Busch, born July 10, 1839. He is, of course, the co-founder of the Anheuser-Busch Company. He lived to the age of 74. On July 10, 1850, Millard Fillmore was sworn in as the 13th U.S. president the day after becoming president when Zachary Taylor died, as we discussed yesterday. This is the birthday of physicist and engineer Nikola Tesla, born July 10, 1856. He lived to the age of 86. There's a lot to tell about Nikola Tesla, but that deserves a show of its own. Wyoming was admitted as the 44th U.S. state on July 10, 1890. This is the birthday of medical researcher and physicist Edith Quimby, born July 10, 1891. She developed diagnostic and therapeutic applications of X-rays and is considered to be one of the founders of nuclear medicine. I owe her a debt of gratitude twice. She lived to the age of 91. It was on this date in 1913 that the highest temperature was recorded in the United States, a sizzling 134 degrees that's Fahrenheit, in Death Valley. I think they call it Death Valley for a reason. On July 10, 1925, the Scopes monkey trial began. There was a high school science teacher who decided to teach evolution. That was actually against the law at the time, so they had a trial about it. On July 10, 1938, Howard Hughes began a 91-hour airplane flight around the world that would set a new record. This is the birthday of American tennis player and journalist Arthur Ashe, born July 10, 1943. He lived to the age of 49. This is the birthday of American singer, songwriter, actor, and producer Arlo Guthrie, born July 10, 1947. He's probably most famous for a Thanksgiving favorite, Alice's Restaurant, or as it's also called, Alice's Restaurant Massacre. This is the birthday of American banjo player and songwriter Béla Fleck, born July 10th, 1958. That always caught my ear, Béla Fleck and the Fleck tones. On July 10th, 1962, a U.S. patent was issued for the 3-point seatbelt. Telstar, the world's first communication satellite, was launched into orbit on July 10th, 1962. The Bahamas gained full independence within the Commonwealth of Nations on July 10th, 1973. Today's song is Don't You Want Me by Human League, number 1, July 10th, 1982. This song was released in November of 1981, so it took a little longer to hit the number 1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100 than some of the other songs we've talked about so far. But it was the biggest selling UK single of 1981 and was Human League's most commercially successful song. Interestingly, Don't You Want Me almost didn't make it as a single. The group had already had 3 singles released in 1981, and lead singer Philip Oakey felt that the public were sick of hearing from the band, and he didn't like the way the song had been produced. He felt it was too poppy, and that it would wreck the group's newfound popularity. The record company prevailed, though, and the song was released as a single, shot to the top of the UK charts, and I imagine the music video, which I have linked in the description, helped further its popularity, especially in the US, where MTV was a thing. Don't You Want Me by Human League, number 1, July 10th, 1982. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with the link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that is called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, Parler, BitChute, and Getter. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.